Alrighty guys, Craig the Glasgow Geek here with another video, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Mondo Mecha Iron Giant Mondo Exclusive 1/6 scale figure by Mondo. Did I say Mondo enough? Yeah? Okay. So taking a look at the box that the Iron Giant comes in, you can see he comes in this lovely big box. You can see how big that is next to my own head. You know, and it comes with this really nice face of the Iron Giant. This is done by Jason Edmiston, who's a fantastic artist. I have a lot of his prints and things. You can see there that it's got the little reflective Mondo Exclusive sticker down at the bottom there. See that? See that? Obviously on the side it says Iron Giant 1/6 collectible figure. This is obviously some nice packaging shots of, you know, the figure and all that kind of thing. Some of the accessories that he comes with, which we'll be looking at in a moment or two. And again, just Iron Giant there, Iron Giant on the top, and then it just has the usual stuff down the bottom. But it has this really nice kind of open flap. You can see there, you've got the little screw there as well, which is really nice. And then you open it up, and you see you get, obviously this is the tray where you'll find the figure, but again, you get this nice artwork by Jason Edmiston again of the Iron Giant holding Hogarth in the car, and that's actually a scene that you can recreate with some of the accessories, and we'll get into that in just a minute or two. But just a beautiful artwork on this box by Jason Edmiston. He's always a really talented artist. So, but without further ado, let's get the figure out here and see how cool he actually looks. So here is the Iron Giant figure out of the box, and this beautiful figure is gorgeous. I love this figure so much. The attention to detail is exquisite on this guy. Every bolt, every shape, every angle is near on perfect to the film as possible. I actually think they used the 3D models from the film to actually help create this figure. I know that they did with the previous 18-inch or whatever size it was figure that they done before, because this isn't the first time Mondo have made this figure. Mondo made a much larger scale figure of this with lights and sounds. This doesn't have lights and sounds, but I would argue that this is the better figure. It was cheaper, from what I understand. It's got more articulation, more accessories. If you missed out on the first Mondo Iron Giant figure, you're not going to want to miss out on this one. This one is beautiful. So this Iron Giant figure comes loaded with articulation. We look up the start. If we start up the top here, so you can see he's got this ball jointed head at the top, so his head can move all the way around like that. He also has a ball joint here at the bottom of the neck, so his head can look this far up and can also look this far down. So you can see that beautiful range of articulation there. Obviously you get some really nice head pivot too there for some extra emotiveness. There's so much character to this guy. I mean, you just put him in a pose and it looks natural. But I mean, and the other thing as well about this, he also has an articulated mouth, so you can even have the Iron Giant smiling away there. I really love this a lot. This is just so cool, this figure. I love it. I absolutely love it. So obviously you've got all that articulation there in the head. Looking at the arms, if I just quickly move these out. So up here in the shoulders, you can see there's a ratchet joint. So that allows you to come that far out and this far down. Nice tight ratchet joint in there. It doesn't feel brittle or, you know, like it's fragile or anything like that at all. Moving this up though, this ratchet joint here, oh, that gives me the fear, that ratchet joint. That ratchet joint allows you to go basically all the way around. But as you can hear, I mean, it's a very clicky joint. I'm a little bit worried whenever I move that. When I am moving this joint, I use this finger against this thick part here of the arm. You don't want to go holding it down here and moving it, because I think you would break it. So I like to hold it up next to the shoulder and then move it from there. So you get a really nice range of movement there. Sorry, my camera keeps going in and out of focus. You've got a hidden swivel here as well. So if I just quickly bend the elbow there, you can see that swivels up there too. And of course that's, you know, uninstructed, so that just swivels all the way around. And then you have this ratchet joint here at the elbow, so elbow goes to about there, and of course that's actually a nice elbow joint in there actually. One of the interesting things about this Iron Giant figure that wasn't on the previous one is this is actually a drop down joint here, so you can actually grab this here and you can just pull on that. I'll quickly just get my two hands in here and you just pull that down, and what that does is that actually gives you more flexibility in that arm. So you can see there's a little cutout there, so that actually allows you to go all the way up with that, and look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful amount of movement there from that arm. Then of course up here there's a swivel, so that can swivel around, and then if I just quickly push that back in there, you'll see that you've got a ball joint here at the wrist, so that can actually move all the way around like that. And then he also has a swivel here, a little hinge at the wrist, so that can move up and down, and then of course you've got the swivel there as well, so that's really fantastic. Moving on to the middle here, so you've got a ball joint here at this kind of torso, so that you can see there's a really great range of movement there, and then you've also got another ball joint here at this bottom part, so that allows you to get some really good flexibility up there. The top one does the most of the work, but with that ab crunch there, you can see he can go that far back, and he can go that far forward. So a lot of movement there, especially for an inorganic character like the Iron Giant. You might have saw it there just a moment or two ago. This head is just a little bit loose, so sometimes you'll move it and it'll kind of flop back down. So, but it kind of, you know, it does hold its shape, but sometimes you'll kind of notice it when you're moving it. He'll kind of just, his wee head will just go bloop and just flop down. Moving on to the hips. So here in the hips, you've got this kind of nice tight ball joint in there, so his leg can move all the way forward and can move all the way back. I don't know why you would want him to be in that pose, but you can get him like that if you want. There is again another hidden swivel joint in here, so that can swivel there. And then he's got these ratchet joints similar to what he has in the elbow at the knee. Now with that knee articulation you can get to about 90, but just like the arms, the legs have a drop down joint as well. So if I just quickly get in here and just give that a wee gentle pull, you can see those legs dropping down there. And with those legs fully extended, it gets about a good ½ inch there. And again, it's cut out the back, so if you swivel that up, and you can see you can get that far back now, which is fantastic. Really great range of articulation there for this Iron Giant, and of course obviously those legs just click back down. Really nice there. Now something else that the previous figure didn't have was a pivot in the foot, so it was kind of stuck. With this you can see you get a little bit of ankle rocker there, which is excellent. That helps you really kind of help some balance when you're putting him in his poses. Nice piston details there on the backs of the knees, and the backs of the feet there, so you can see they move when you're moving the foot forward and back, which is really nice. I like that attention to detail. And you can see with that foot, you can get it that far forward, and you can get that far back. So, not a massive range of movement there, but enough for the Iron Giant. And then he also has a little boop, toe articulation there as well. And I'm glad that that's not a great deal of movement in the toe, because I would be afraid that that would kind of fall over on itself. But yeah, just wonderful, wonderful articulation on this Iron Giant. So not only is this figure packed with articulation and look amazing, but it also comes with all of these accessories. Now, just a quick disclaimer, because this is the Mondo Exclusive version, this and this are not included in the standard version. But even at that, the standard version, as you can see, has a ton of accessories as well. But because this is the Mondo Exclusive version, we'll start off with the exclusive accessories. So we have the little Hogarth Hughes in the car. And you can see so there's some really nice detail to this car, really nice sculpted work. Even has the little Chevy logo in the front there, which is crazy. And not only that, but if I can get as close as I can, not only that, but they have managed to paint pupils on the little Hogarth Hughes figure. That is crazy. Look at that. This thing is toty. And yet it's got paint in the pupils. Look. That's mental. That's just crazy to me, the fact they've managed to put paint detail in the face of a tiny little Hogarth like that. But that's so cool. This little car. Really nice detail. There's some paint apps there to kind of, you know, emulate rust and, you know, for it to be this kind of broken down car. Lovely little accessory. I'm so glad to have that. That was like the main reason why I wanted the Mondo Exclusive version, was just for this little car. The Mondo Exclusive version also comes with what's known as the sad portrait. As you can see there, the little sad face that the Iron Giant has. And I mean, even just that, you know, it's so emotive. You know, there's just so much character. You just tilt it to the side, or tilt it down, or tilt it up the way, and there's just so much expression in that face, man. It's just crazy to me how much expression you can get out of this figure with these accessories. So the heads that come with the standard release will be, first of all, the ballistic version, which is obviously when he goes, you know, angry and turns into the kind of murder bot. You can see the little red detail there in the two eyes. So that's nice. You've also got this kind of angry looking face. Or this kind of stern looking face. Really like that a lot. It's interesting that all the heads come with a little dent on it, but the ballistic head doesn't. It's pretty cool. Nice little attention to detail. And then you've got this other little angry head here too. You see how that looks. And of course all these heads, you know, have, you know, the opening and closing mouth. So, you know, a lot of expression. Even just doing that, what a difference that makes. That's crazy. So, this figure's just so beautiful. I just can't get over the stuff that comes with this figure. And, it's so good. It also comes with 3 sets of teeth. So these have these little pegs here. So you can see this is for the bottom jaw. And this is for the top jaw. So you put these in the head there, and then that way you can get, obviously he's kind of chomping. So he comes with 3 sets of teeth, so they're all interchangeable between all 3 heads. He also comes with his arm cannon. So this arm, you just slide that off, and this one just slides on, and I'll show you some pictures with that on there, but you can see some really nice sculpted details. I like this bluey, greeny, turquoisey colour on the inside there. It makes it look as if it's kind of glowing from the inside. Really nice detail, and these are rubbery, so as you can see, these are just kind of nice and flexible. It also comes with the little girder as well, so you can have him eating that and chomping down on it. Really liked using this in some of the pictures that I've been taking of him kind of munching down, enjoying his Iron Giant lunch. And then he also comes with 6 different pairs of hands. So obviously in the package, he comes with the fisted, you know, clenched hands. He also comes with a left and right pair of thumbs up hands. He also has the flat hands. So these are for holding the car. Now, there's no peg or anything like that at all, so the car just kind of sits in the hand like that. But you can see, I mean, you know, it's just going to slide out of there, so it just kind of sits on there. So it's just about finding the right kind of balance there for the little hand. So he comes with a left and right hand, you know, flat palm. He also comes with left and right pointing hands. And you can see just the nice sculpted work in all of these hands as well. They're just beautiful, beautiful accessories. He comes with another kind of flat pair of hands. This is more relaxed. This isn't really for holding the car, because you can see that the kind of fingers work against you. I mean, you can kind of get the car there, but it's kind of sitting at an angle. I prefer to use the other flat hands for holding the car. And then he also comes with a pair of kind of, you know, relaxed hands as well. So these hands would just kind of be, you know, sitting down at his side. I kind of like to use this one I kind of like to use this one. Remember in the film where his hands just kind of running about the house? I just kind of like to have that sitting, so it's like, that's the hand that was kind of running about the house. And in the toilet, remember that bit in the film? So you have it like just kind of running around on its own. I count that as as an action feature almost on its own. And then, of course, you cannot forget the S signature for Superman when he chooses to be Superman. And the cool thing about this is, if I just get this here, this is magnetic. So the magnet's hidden within the interior of this little design. And the way to remember is this part of the S here with the big chunk out the bottom. This is the right way up. If you put it this way, it will still stick, but it won't sit right. So remember, this big chunk here goes towards the bottom, and that just like that. Have I said it enough yet that I love this figure? So as you can see from these pictures that I took, this guy is extremely poseable. All that articulation really helps you get him into all kinds of poses. The expressions on this guy, all the extra pieces and the paintwork on this just elevates this. This looks as if it just jumps straight out of the film, and this is just one of the best things I have in my collection. I love this film, love this figure, I love the Iron Giant, and so too will you. So if you've been thinking about getting this figure yourself, I would highly recommend you do so. I think it's still available, or at least the standard version is still available on Mondo and Big Bad Toy Store. So certainly, if you've been on the fence about getting this figure, don't wait any longer. This thing is spectacular. Treat yourself. I don't post videos very often, but when I do, it's often for cool stuff like this. So if you'd like to see more from me in the future, then please hit subscribe, hit the like button, and the notification bell, so that way you don't miss any videos from me in the future. Otherwise though, thanks very much, and you guys stay safe.